If you've been following my channel, then you know I've already shared detailed videos on the DAAD Helmut Schmidt Scholarship and the DAAD EPOS Scholarship, two amazing fully funded opportunities to study in Germany for free. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to fill the DAAD application form. So whether you're applying to the EPOS Scholarship or the Helmut Schmidt Scholarship, this will be a guide that will help you complete your form correctly and avoid mistakes. So watch till the end and follow along. Today we are going to talk about two of the documents you need to submit for your DAAD scholarship. That is if you're applying to the DAAD EPOS or the DAAD Helmut Schmidt Scholarship. We've talked about the two scholarships. They are the two previous videos, so you can go back and check them out. They are fully funded scholarships which cover everything you need to study in Germany. You don't even need a blocked account. They cover your living expenses. You can travel with your family. They give allowances to your family. They pay for your rent. They pay for your tuition. And application to these scholarships are free. So you can check them before you come and check the form. This is how the application form normally looks like. When you come here, you see that it says 1 of 4. It means that there are 4 pages in this application form. You can see that it has German on top and English below. So make sure you check the translation before you write anything. The first one is name. So you are going to write your full name here. And you're going to write your nationality. So if you are from Ghana, you're going to write Ghanaian. If you are Nigerian, you write Nigerian. Then here you're going to select the program you're applying for. Which particular program are you applying for? So you select other and write the name of the program. So if it's Helmut Schmidt Scholarship, you select this and write the name. If it is EPOS, you write the full title of the program here. Then we have the second page. You're going to write your name here again. That's your full name. Then you're going to start with your surname here. The first thing here means surname. It's written below, so you have to check it. Please use exactly the same name as in your passport. Please underline main name. So you're going to write your surname here. And the next one is first name. So you're going to write your first name or names here. Then you are going to take if you are male or female, then your academic title, you are going to write it here. Then you write your date of birth, day, month, year, you write it here. Then your place of birth, country of birth, you write that here. Then marital status, if you are married, you take here. If you are single, then you take this side. The number of children, you write the number of children here. Country of permanent residence, you write that here. That is the country you stay in. You write it here. It should be a country that qualifies for the scholarship. Then for number 2, it says mailing address where you may be contacted at any time until taking up a possible scholarship. You write the street here, then post or zip code, town, country, province or state. So if you have a PO box, you can write it and you write the name of the town or the state you are from. You write your country name, then your telephone number including the area code. And finally, you write your email here. The third one is about your education. So you write secondary school education, you write it here. That's the name of your secondary school, the month and the year you started, and then the month and the year you completed. Then here it says type of final examination. Which examination did you use to complete? So if it was WASI, you write the full name here. Original name of examination. If there's another name for the examination or the original name, you write it here. If you wrote WASI here, you can still repeat WASI here. Then awarded on, you write the day, month and year you received your certificate. That's the details on the certificate, so you have to check it before you write it here. And then you write your results. Now with this one, you're going to write the grade for all the subjects you wrote in the examinations. So if you had A1, B2, B3, C4, you write all of them for all the subjects. You don't have to write the subject name, you just write the grade you had for each subject. Then the next one is higher education, that is university or other degree awarding institution. So you write the date you started the institution to the date you completed. Then you write the name of the institution here and then the program or the subject. If there are more than one, you write where you started, when you completed, and then the name and then the program you read. Then when you come here, it says academic year at the time of application. This is for those who are still in school and want to apply to this program. It says that your main subject, you write it here. That's your major. Then subsidiary subject or your minor, you write it here. And then you write the year you are in. Then currently affiliated with, that's the university or institution you are currently attending. You write that here. This part is for those who are still in school. If you are done with school, you can just leave this and move to number 5. This one says degrees held. You are going to enter the day, month and year you completed your degree. That is what you have on the certificate, then the exact title of the degree. So for instance, if you completed Bachelor of Education in Social Sciences, you write Bachelor of Education in Social Sciences. If your subject was economics, then you write economics here. Then you write the degree result you had. For instance, if you had first class and your GPA is 3.6, you can write 3.6 out of 4.0. You write it here so that they'll be able to understand it. If you don't add the total GPA or the GPA used by your institution or your country, they will not understand if you just write 3.6. So you write 3.6 out of 4.0. They're going to check your transcripts, yes, but since this is an application form and they are going to check this separately, you should be able to give them as much information as you can. So you can just write 3.6 out of 4.0. That is dependent on the grading system used in your country or your institution. If you have more than one degree, you can just fill this here. If after your secondary school education, you had a diploma before you went for your degree and you think your diploma is relevant to this application or the program you studied is relevant to this application, you have to write that here too. Then here it says degrees expected before taking up a possible scholarship. This is also for those who are still in the school. So you write that here, and expected date of final examination, you write it here. Then this part is duration of planned stay in Germany. So you write the duration of your program plus the number of months they've stated that you're going to study the German, because you're going to go earlier for the German language course before you start the program. So you write that duration. For instance, if it's 1 year 6 months, you write 1 year 6 months. Then it says scholarship period applies for from day, month, year. So the day, month, year the program is starting, and then when the program ends. Here we have choice of host university institution in Germany. So the universities you're applying to, you write them. We already said that you have to select them according to your choices. So you write your first choice institution and your second choice institution. For the Helmut Schmidt Scholarship, you have 2 choices, and then for the DAAD EPOS, you have 3 choices. So you're going to fill your choices here: first choice, second choice, and then third choice. This part is like this because I took this form from the Helmut Schmidt Scholarship, because you have 2 choices, and that is why they've marked this part. Then it says, why have you chosen this or these particular institutions? You write your reason here. Then we move to 8 and it says chosen field of study or specialization at German host university. So you write the field you want to study in. Then here it says you intend to obtain a degree. The name of the degree, you are going to write it here. You're going to first select yes or no, and then you write the name of the degree you are going to apply to. If so, at the German host university or institution, you are going to select yes. This means that are you getting the degree at the host university you wrote above? So you're going to select yes. The 10th one is study or research projects in Germany. Please outline your project here and attach a precise and detailed description on separate sheets. If you have a specific project in mind, you can write it here. But if you don't have anything, you can just leave this part. But I think that if you put something here, it can help boost your application. So if you have a research project in mind that you want to pursue in your field, you can write it here. If you put something here, it is not compulsory that that is the exact research you're going to do when you get the scholarship. So if you think you have a research in mind and you can give a short explanation here, you can put it there. Then which academic referee have submitted a report for this application? That is the person giving you the recommendation letter for the scholarship. So you write the name, academic field, university or institution here. If you don't have an academic referee and it's a professional referee, you can also write that here. Then we move on to 12, which is language skills. Since when and where have you been learning German? So if you've been learning German, you can write it here. If you've not, you can just leave it. But this is more for those who are applying to German language programs. So it says, please attach DAAD language certificates and others if applicable. The knowledge of other languages, you are going to write English here. If you have other languages, you can write them here, but you write English, then you take your level. So it says very good, good, fair, and then poor. So if you are good, you just take good. If it is very good, you take very good. Have you received a DAAD scholarship in the past? So you are going to select yes or no. If yes, you give exact date and title of the program. Then are you or have you been sponsored by other institutions? Yes or no. Then are you applying under another DAAD program for the same period of time? For instance, if you're applying to a DAAD EPOS program and then you're also making an application to the DAAD Helmut Schmidt Programme, you're going to write the name here. That's DAAD EPOS or DAAD Helmut Schmidt, depending on the program you're applying to currently. Then, are you currently applying to other institutions? If yes, the name of the institution. So if you're applying to other institutions, you write the name of the institution here. And if yes, what decision have you received? Have you received a yes from them or a no? So if you're not applying to any institution, you can just leave this part blank. Then down here it says, please notify the DAAD immediately should you be granted another scholarship. Then we come to the last part of the form. It says previous visits abroad for study or work of at least 1 month. So if you have visited abroad, you write from, to, and then where. Then you write if it was for work or study and then who financed the travel. The next thing is practical or professional work experience during or after higher education. Please give complete information. This part is for your work experience, so whatever job you did in the past, you can write them here and then you can write your current job too. So from is when you started and then when you ended, then where you worked, that's the institution you worked at, the type of work you did, and then the position or professional status. It says give exact title. Then it says present professional occupation. You're going to write it here. Please enclose written proof, and that is the proof you're going to submit with the employment certificate. That's one of the requirements you need to make this application. Will you be granted leave of absence for your stay in Germany? So you're going to select yes. If possible, enclose confirmation from your employer. That is also going to be in the employment certificate. That letter is going to prove that you have a job, and it's also going to prove that when you return from your study, a job is going to be available for you. Then here it says, if so, will leave be paid? You're going to select no. If your leave is going to be paid, it's going to affect your stipend from the scholarship, so you're going to select no. What professional career do you envisage for yourself? So you're going to write that here. What are your extracurricular interests? You write that here too. Whatever interest you have, you write it here. Then other information or remarks which seem important to you in connection with this application. If there's anything you want to add to the application that you didn't have space to write above, you can write that here. Anything at all you think is important for the application. If there's anything you are involved in that you think will boost your application, you can write that here. The name of address of person to be notified in case of emergency. Then you are done with the application. When it comes here, it says, I certify that the information provided in this application is accurate to the best of my knowledge. Furthermore, I agree to inform DAAD immediately of any changes and amendments. I have taken note of the information provided in and regarding this application, as well as the notice about the storage of personal data. I accept responsibility for the completeness of my application. I agree that this application and accompanying documents shall remain with the DAAD. You're going to write the place you are, the date, and then you sign. You can choose to fill this form online or you can just print it and write it. If you think you don't have a legible handwriting and they're not going to see it or they're going to struggle to see it, don't write it. Fill it online. When you finish, you print it out, then you write the date, the name, and then you sign. You scan it so that you can make the upload for the application. So this is how you fill the form. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section and I'll try my best and answer it. In the next video, we are going to talk about another document you need for the application. I didn't think this was going to be this long. I wanted to make 2 documents in one video, but this has taken too long, so we are going to make it in the next video. I hope this video has been helpful, and if it has, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment and help support my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.